This is a HeadGum podcast.
Thank you to DollarShaveClub.com for sponsoring this episode. You know, you no longer have to use old-ass razors.
Finally,
Yeah.
you can stop scraping your face with
Yeah.
a rusty-ass razor.
Old-ass razors. Why do people use old-ass razors?
Because it's annoying to buy new-ass razors.
That's right. I know for a fact I didn't want to shell out $20 for a pack of new ones. So what's the alternative?
You let your beard grow forever.
And then you choke on it and die. Then you don't have to shave at all.
Doesn't sound like a solid option to me, fucker.
Or you can go to DollarShaveClub.com because they changed all that. They revolutionized the way you shave.
They revolutionized it.
They have a fresh blade whenever you want. They deliver a whole sleeve of amazing razors for just a few bucks. You just pop on a fresh blade whenever you want. And you shave with a fresh blade that feels fantastic. You just get a better shave, and they deliver it to you. They deliver the blades to you.
We're real close to making sure you never ever have to leave your house, you guys.
I'm telling you, dude, the billion-dollar razor corporations are freaking out, which is dangerous because they just have razors everywhere.
They've got a lot of sharp objects.
Yeah, and they're starting to freak out.
There's a civil war among us.
So, how can you get a special deal? Well, if you go to DollarShaveClub.com/Amir.
What?
Or DollarShaveClub.com.
You little fucker.
/
Say my name first. Say, if you go to DollarShaveClub.com/Jake, or if you go to DollarShaveClub.com/ whatever, it doesn't matter.
Amir, that's my name.
Well, you didn't leave, you left out mine.
I didn't know I was about to say it, and you cut me off.
Okay. Sorry.
To start subscribing, to get your affordable but very efficient and great blades in the mail, delivered right to your home. It's convenient, you guys. Just check that thing off your weekly/monthly to-do list.
That's
you
right.
no longer have to go to any store to get blades. You can save money. You can save time. You go to DollarShaveClub.com/Jake
Thank you.
or DollarShaveClub.com/Amir to get started. Check them out. Fun way to groom your face and support the show all at the same magical time.
Lovely.
Or we can just start charging for the show.
Oh, that's a good idea. Or we can make money by shaving people.
How's that?
We'll get the Dollar Shave Club razors at a premium using our coupon code.
Right.
And then people give us money to come and shave them. We take it a step further still.
Let's just keep it at that.
All right.
You guys can check them out.
Support our brains
sponsors.
behind this operation.
Support our program. Let's get started. This was a really fun episode. Things got real. Enjoy. Bye.
I'm not kidding.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm not
Surely
kidding.
he's kidding.
Not kidding.
I was kidding, all right?
Holy whack.
It's if I were you. The little Jew-ass bitch, it's if I were you.
You ain't gotta be shitting me with that, dude.
You little coy-ass diva, it's if I were you. I got a million trillion things I'd rather fucking do.
Holy shit, the King Dork
But
speaks.
for now, it's if I were you. Okay, it's an advice podcast coming through. Real talk with a couple of laughs. Everybody knows funny. These dudes invented it. Had an idea, then straight up conquered it. Worked in an office, immediate friends. Weekly videos to shows on the weekends. They kept it going, they knew what to do. They got a few mics like it's if I were you. You little Jew-ass bitch, it's if I were you.
You gotta be shitting me with that.
You little coy-ass diva, it's if I were you. I got a million trillion things I'd rather fucking do.
Holy shit, the King Dork
But
speaks.
for now, it's if I were you.
Holy shit, that was awful, right?
Wow.
Remix. Love that.
That was Jonathan Gould.
He's done something before.
Definitely sounds familiar. So that was his I Don't Fuck With You parody.
Love it.
Unfortunately, he did use copywritten content.
And we have Big Sean here now.
Oh, I meant clips from our show.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're not worried about the rap song he stole.
No, that was parody. It was satire. It is fine. He borrowed
took your
he paid,
voice
He paid homage, which is fine.
He paid homage to you. He didn't pay homage to Big Sean.
What he did was steal material that I had written for
You picked
college
it
humor
to play on our podcast.
exactly. We wrote that with those lines for College Humor, which is owned by Interactive Corp, IAC.
Okay.
Which is
so fucked up.
A publicly traded company.
You should be on the side of the artist.
He stole, he used.
He stole from a corporation.
And now he's monetizing it.
How is he monetizing?
Well, I'm making some cash from this podcast. Because
so you're in trouble. You're monetizing off of his work. You're monetizing off of IAC. You just played a Big Sean song.
This is a fucking sting. You're Jonathan Gould.
I'm wearing a wire.
For no reason. It's not attached to anything.
It's not plugged in.
You taped a piece of floss to your chest. I wonder if all of that is legal. You think if someone wanted to sue someone for what just happened, it would be suable?
I think they would send a cease and desist, and then we'd have to take the episode down.
Yeah, who would that come from? Your lawyer.
Not my lawyer. He
Yeah.
He wouldn't care.
My lawyer.
He wouldn't care either.
I want my lawyer to be on
If
my
your
ass.
lawyer was like on your case, that would
Yeah.
be really bad.
Yeah, my
guess
lawyer.
maybe not. If
Actually,
he's-
I was sued twice by my own lawyer.
Right, and he defended you in court and lost the case
On
against himself.
purpose. He took a knee in court. Ended up,
Proposed to the judge.
yeah, who was me. I'm the judge, the jury, and the executioner.
And you found yourself guilty of falling for your lawyer. Married him in civil court.
This is all part of a movie we wrote. Don't even worry about it yet, guys.
The third act is a mess, but
But the fun and game section, it leaves us a lot of trailer moments that will be desired. All right, what is this? This is If I Were You, the only advice podcast on the internet, hosted by us. I'm Amir.
Jake.
What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, it's insanely hot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sad and uncomfortable in this room.
it's too warm to be here. We have a fan, which is how people kept cool in, like, the early 1900s.
Yeah, the fan's not really doing much. It's sort of blowing the hot air onto my legs, and that's not good. Our house is really nice.
Yeah.
I think we live in a lovely home.
I agree.
The air conditioner does. It sort of works like a leaky faucet. It
Yeah.
leaks cool air a little bit.
A steam.
And then it will cost $500, but not keep us cold.
Right.
So it's off.
It's a leaky, slightly cooler gas, oxygen that leaks out of the vents.
It's for the first time I've ever experienced in LA. It's hot and humid.
which is unique.
It feels like a really scummy, shitty New York summer.
Yeah.
Except the sun feels hotter. So the sun is burning you very, very at a
Right.
high intensity.
And in addition to that, it's staying
It's
warm
humid
at
and
night.
yeah. Oh,
which
yeah.
is also a rarity.
I woke up with a full-on migraine because
Right.
it's like I was being smothered with heat all night.
Yeah, and your body was releasing water to cool itself down so that you
I
wouldn't
can't think of
die.
anyone in the world who has it worse than me.
Really?
I would pay money to be a migrant in a boat on trying to get into Berlin or some shit.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're at least cool, I bet.
because the air conditioner on the boat probably at the very least is
Or
up
maybe
to
it's
half
not cold,
snuff.
but at least they're in a foreign country, and
Yeah.
that's pleasant.
And they're so exhausted, I bet they can sleep through the night. With you,
Right.
it's like you're getting 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
But it's a kind of a half sleep. It's tossing and turning.
And sure, I can sleep in if I want to. And actually, my room's really nice.
Yeah, you woke up today at 9:48, and you were like, "Oh my God, what a fitful night rest I
How
had."
did you know I woke up at 9:48?
Is that true?
If it's not true, it's really close. I set my alarm for 10 a.m. Thinking I didn't want to wake up at 10, but I was like, I don't want to sleep past 10. Hoping I'd wake up before the
So
alarm.
your alarm isn't "get me up now." Your alarm is like, "Oh shit, if I'm still asleep at this point, it's too late."
Yeah.
You do a border alarm, not like a "let me get up and seize the day" alarm.
Right. I mean, sometimes I do, but not for the last couple days. I'm like,
You
hey,
just
I'm
give
gonna
your
sleep
body
in.
what it
Yeah,
wants.
Exactly.
Right.
Anyway, so I was saying I have it really bad.
Yeah. And then why do you think you woke up at 9:48?
Because I remember waking up and being like, wow, this is really close to what my alarm was.
Right. Do you do this, or do you know people who do? Like, they don't set their alarms at even times. So it's like, yeah, I set it for like 9:43 or like 10:02. Like,
Yeah.
they don't like the even numbers. Do
Yeah.
you do that, or do you know people who do?
I think I used to. Now I'm just like, the nearest hour to when I
Yeah.
want to get up.
Good man.
Because I like to snooze.
Right.
But my snooze is on a 9-minute cycle.
Yeah, 9 minute and 14 seconds.
And I don't know
cycle.
why that is.
Oh, is that default for all Apple iPhones?
Maybe it is.
A 9-minute snooze?
Or maybe it's 8. But yeah, it's not 10.
Another funny thing people do with time is set the time in their car late, so that when they arrive places, it feels like they've bought themselves extra time.
Right,
So
I
they're
don't do-
constantly
that's
lying to
insane.
themselves.
Yeah.
But
It's-
then don't you know that you're lying, so it doesn't really... Does it really do anything? Like, then you just feel like you're always running
You always
late.
feel slightly... Well, I feel like people that do that run late anyway, right? So
Right.
they're like running late, like, oh, God, I'm 20 minutes late to this meeting. Oh, no, I'm only 14 minutes late to this meeting.
Don't worry, that clock is actually 8 minutes fast.
Great. So then you do a little bit of math, and you're
Yeah.
like, I'm not as late as I think I am.
So all it does is make you do more math.
Yeah, my clock in my mom's car was always 7 minutes fast.
Right.
I was like, oh, fuck, I'm late to school. Oh, wait, I'm not quite. But then my dad would sometimes change it, so I'd always ask, like, is this an accurate time right now?
All right, enough about time. Let's give some people some well-needed advice. These are real humans in real sticky situations, and have emailed us for our feedback to ifiwereyoushow@gmail.com. Sometimes it's just me and Jake giving advice, and today is one of those times.
Fair enough, but we're in the room with our new intern.
Oh yeah, Tess. Tess is in the room. So if you don't say anything, Tess. If you feel a presence, that's what it is.
It's not Kobe Bryant.
Although he's also here.
Yeah.
All right.
Kobe, say something.
Doof, doof, doof.
Bouncing the ball.
No, he was making that noise with his mouth.
Of course.
You forwarded me this email, right?
Yeah, I forwarded you a bunch of emails.
Okay, I got a good one. This is a young man from Kentucky.
Getting lucky in Kentucky.
Lucky in Kentucky writes, I have just recently started talking to a girl I've known for 5 years. We've been texting, Snapchatting, and trying to plan a time to hang out with one another. It all sounds pretty juvenile, but the problem is I do not know how to accelerate to the next level, i.e. phone calls, hangouts. But here's the thing. If given the opportunity to take her out on a date, I'm confident that I can get her to want to be with me. The date I'm thinking of is taking her for a private flight, as my friend is a pilot, take her to a nice restaurant in the downtown area of my small city, and then to a friend's farm for alone time to enjoy each other's presence without any city lights. The problem lies with me not knowing how to get her to say yes to the date, because I have a feeling she's still in love with her last boyfriend. Without being too frank about it, how can I, in a sense, persuade her to let me take her out? And if I do get the opportunity, is the date idea any good? Or less exciting, do I wait for her to say, we should go out some night? You are not confined to this multiple choice. I don't want to bribe her. I want to bride her. Thanks for your day's worth of hilariously given advice. Keep doing you, Toda Lucky in Kentucky. Additional question, what's the romantic date you have ever planned for a girl? I feel bad because the most romantic date I've ever planned is probably like a third of the romance of this casual first date he plans on giving this girl.
Oh, you never went like all out for somebody?
I've never given someone a private flight and then a dinner
private
and then
flight's pretty
a friend's farm outside the city limit. And this is just this guy's way to break the ice with her.
Yeah. Well, when you really like somebody, you plan these like epic style dates.
Would you say it's a good idea for a first date, or would you say build up to that?
I think it's a lovely idea for the first date. I mean, I think it's funny because the problem is never like if the date's gonna like getting her to say yes is. It's some weird situation of like I could totally get her to love me if she would just like me.
Yeah.
Well,
As soon as she likes me, I feel like the private flight will clinch it.
yeah, it almost doesn't matter what the date is. Like the biggest battle is getting her to be interested in you in the first place.
I fear that this is too epic of a first date.
Oh, we think this guy's dumb for different reasons.
Why do you think he's dumb?
Because he's, of course, the issue is like, will you go on the date or not? Like, you can't plan all this stuff if you don't know if she likes you.
So, can he just tell her about this date?
I don't like. What's the equivalent of what I'm trying to?
I feel like this date might scare her away. I don't think he's dumb. I think he's very naive and a little bit ignorant, perhaps new. Like, you want to sort of build up to things. If I ask a girl out and then I tell her the plan is for me to take her on a private flight and then to my friend's farm outside the city limits, I'm afraid she'll be a little taken aback by that.
Well, and I guess this is like, we're sort of in line, because I think she'll be really taken aback by that if he's worried that she doesn't even like him.
Right.
Like, this sounds, if you really love somebody and they wanted to take you away for, like, whisk you away for a weekend or something, that sounds great. But if you don't really like someone that much and you actually like a different person and somebody's like, let's go away, just you and me.
Yeah.
That sounds really bad. So
scary.
this amazing date that could lead to you guys being totally into each other might actually just scare her in general.
Right. But then again, he has known this girl for 5 years.
And they're talking to each other for the first time.
on Snapchat.
I just started talking to this girl I've known for 5 years.
Yeah. How do you know somebody for 5 years and never say
I
anything?
guess like in school, you sort of like
Oh, or
vaguely know
can-
somebody, and then that happens.
Right. Your friend's a pilot? I mean, holy shit.
And he has a farm.
And he can just drop you off in the downtown area? Like, how do...
She should go out with the pilot. My
You
friend
do.
has a plane. Like, dope. I'll date that dude. My other friend has a farm.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I'll date that guy.
Yeah.
But I know where downtown is, and we can go there.
How are you going to land the plane downtown? I actually didn't think... I don't know. What do you think, pilot?
My pilot friend is also a skydiver.
He'll guide us in. And then, is it the same friend with the farm?
Probably. Dude's a fucking stone cold pimp.
He's a farmer. He's a pilot. He's a winner. And what are you, dude? You just know this guy.
I
For a friend's farm for some alone time and enjoy each other.
Where's your friend during this?
This guy's planning a fucking honeymoon. Like, this girl doesn't know this guy. He's like, now after dinner, I would like to propose that we go to my friend's farm for some alone time. No, I want to stay in public and just hang out with you, maybe. That's fair, because you don't know if I'm a
So
serial
maybe just
killer.
the advice is to go like one at a time. I feel like private flight's really cool. That's not necessarily a date. That's just a cool experience that you could be like, hey, I'm going on my friend's plane. You should come. It'll be really cool. And that you could say that without her being like, let's go out sometime. And you say, I've got just the idea.
Yeah.
You contact her. You guys are already Snapchatting, trying to find time to hang out, he said.
Yeah.
So you say, I'm going to fly with my friend today. It's going to be really cool. You should come. Boom. There you are. Y'all are in the plane together. You don't have to talk about anything else. After you're in the plane, let's just like...
You
have
can't
all
even
that
talk.
stuff-
It's so loud.
Right, well, sure. Sure.
It's
But
like,
have that other stuff in your back pocket. Like maybe you got like... You do the flight, right? If she wants to keep on hanging out with you, she says, what do you want to do next? And then you'll say, oh, I know this restaurant downtown, because you've thought about it, right? Or I know this coffee place downtown, or this bar downtown. Whatever. That's what you do. And then if she's like, wants to hang out after that, maybe don't do the farm.
wait for... Farm is
Take
date
a walk.
4.
Yeah, do the farm another time.
All right. So invite her to the flight as the date, rather than proposing a date, then dropping the flight thing on her.
And I've also been victim of this, like, thinking that some kind of, like, amazing date or experience is going to get some girl to like me. The person has to like and be interested in you first.
And the
gotta-
date is just extra.
It doesn't matter how awesome the private plane is if she...
It's more the human than the setting, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
I could take someone to the best restaurant, but if I'm a terrible human, they won't be like, you know what, at least the food was great.
Right.
I'm into you. And likewise, I can be a great guy and take her. That's why I take all my dates to Burger King.
Right.
Because if I can make it there, I can make it anywhere.
Yeah.
And then date 2, McDonald's.
Then you can have it your way, and she's
Yeah.
loving it.
Yeah. That's really good, actually. And then I can propose in a ball pit. What's the most romantic date you have ever planned for a girl?
I've done, like... I do real romantic shit, actually.
Let's
to be
hear one.
perfectly honest with you, Blumenfeld, I've done some really romantic
I'd
shit.
love to hear the most romantic.
I don't know. I don't want to talk about it on the podcast because the girls will know which one was which, and they'll be like, That's something you did for who?
No,
you know what I mean?
You don't have to say for who. Just say the date, and then if one person thinks so, and then that's great. If two, then that's fine.
I've flown people places for the weekend and taken like cute little trips to certain parts of America and abroad.
Just keeping it so vague.
Yeah.
I have taken one.
Or maybe
on
someone
a
else.
journey or not through a city or town, and I believe we
I don't want
enjoyed a day
single
or
them out,
two.
man.
They're all special to me, or not, in different ways, or not.
When I was like this, because I think that now that I have like more money, I'm like you end up doing more romantic and epic seeming things. When I was younger and I was having to plan dates,
Yeah.
I think the first girl that I really liked, I like made food, put it in a picnic basket, and snuck onto this golf course in the middle of the night. And we like had a picnic by the stars in this kind of nice setting.
That's beautiful.
It wasn't. I mean, it was not as intense as the flight, but I think that like the same amount of thought and care went into it.
No, I disagree. The flight is probably more thoughtful.
Why is it
just
more
because
thoughtful?
picnics are
Well, his friends doing all
kind
the
of a
fucking
first
flying.
idea that you think of?
What's
And
yours?
picnic too? Yeah, I did the picnic. I did the flight thing.
You did the flight thing?
I did the farm
Wh-
thing, actually.
Really?
I went to a farm.
Why hadn't this come up before?
I guess I never thought of it
What's
that
the most
way.
romantic thing you've ever done on a date?
I don't
Before
know.
a date?
I honestly, nothing jumps out to me beyond like a restaurant. Like, I don't know if I've ever like.
I can think of one thing that you did. Well, it was cute more than like super romantic. You did a baking date where somebody came over and you cooked cookies.
Oh, yeah.
You made cookies or something like that.
But that's not really romantic, is it? That's like it. Plus, it was suggested by the lady.
Oh, right. Well, so I guess that's like sort of more the level though that first dates should be like cute, quirky, a little romantic,
Fun.
This isn't like The Bachelor. You don't have to. You're not trying to win the rose ceremony.
Yeah. You know, what's a good first date is bowling.
Bowling solid.
It's kind of classic, old school American. You can be self-deprecating and bad. I'm actually not good at bowling, so there's a chance that I'll lose naturally, which lends itself to like a funny discourse.
High fives turn into hugs.
Yeah.
When your bowling strikes and spares.
Yeah, and then I take my, you know how your fingers get fucking dirty ass shit because like
Yep.
you've been bowling. And,
I
like,
know where
just
you're
the
going
thick,
with this,
grimy grease,
and I love it,
And like
yeah.
the lady starts rubbing it in, and I'm like, shh, and I put my fucking greasy ass index finger on her lips.
Why?
Because I'm just like, don't say that around
Don't
me.
say what?
If she's like, suck it, I just got a turkey, which is like bowling 3 strikes in a
Oh,
row.
yeah.
And I'm like, shh. And like my fucking, it's caked at this point with the black grease from a bowling ball.
Why'd you rub the bottom of it so much?
I didn't rub the bottom. I'm just using the ball and naturally because
Caked in it?
It just caked.
It doesn't
in this,
naturally
this-
get caked
This
in it.
black grease because everyone's been touching this
Right.
ball.
I
fingering
understand
this
that the grease,
ball.
but how does it actually? Like, how does it get caked in it if you're
could-
not trying to do it?
It's over the course of the evening. I haven't washed my hands in what feels like hours, and
Okay.
I've bowled, I don't know, 15, 20, 40 frames at this
yeah,
point.
of course.
So
40
when-
frames is 4 games. It's a lot. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I keep going into because I'm like I lose the first 2. I'm like best of 5. That's bullshit. What is this?
Right.
The fucking NBA playoffs? Let's go best of 7.
Is your finger at her lips at that point too? When you're saying that,
my finger is hooking her mouth this
Oh,
entire
God.
time while I'm going over the rules. And then let's say I do beat her that one time. I'm gonna be like, all right, first 2 were warm ups. First 2 were warm ups, and now I'm up 1-0.
do your dates usually go well?
No way, dude.
I'm at Burger King.
I don't give a shit. As long as I get one game off them, I don't care what happens next.
Your dates are more about winning bowling than meeting people, right?
Yeah, and sometimes it's not even a date. Sometimes I'm just bowling with a dude, a friend of mine.
You're in a league.
Yeah, and that's a date. That's a date night. Is the
You
league.
have been fingering a lot of dudes in your bowling league.
Let's get to the next question. Mm-hmm. I'm sick of talking about how romantic I am.
Yeah,
It's embarrassing.
of course.
Oh, this is a good one. Dude's name, a bearded dude.
A bearded dude. How about James Harden?
Writes, I've been going to this barber shop that's been exclusively female barbers. I've been going to this one stylist, Alex, and she does a pretty good job. A couple months ago, I made an appointment on a day that Alex wasn't working. I decided to take whoever was available, and I got my hair cut and beard trimmed by Elizabeth. She ended up doing a great job. Much better than Alex. My predicament is that I want to go see Elizabeth instead of Alex now. But how do I go about doing that without hurting Alex's feelings? I can try scheduling appointments for days that Alex isn't working and Elizabeth is, but how do I even make sure of that discreetly? I'm sure there's an easy solution here, I just can't think of it. Thanks for any help you can give. I hate that I missed you guys when you were in Houston. Hope to catch you next time.
Would have really liked you to have been at that Houston show.
The Houston show.
We could have used
you, Alex.
We could have used some more fans in that audience.
Actually, Alex, if you're in Toronto on October 1st, we're
Why
doing a
would
live
you be?
podcast there. Or Irvine on October 14th, we're actually going to be there too. So maybe we can see you there.
We're also coming to Isla Vista in February.
Yeah.
I think we should start promoting that show, even if it's students only.
Very, yeah.
All right.
Don't even worry about that
Sure.
one. Sorry, I called that guy Alex. The stylist is Alex. The bad stylist, Alex. Good stylist, Elizabeth. This
and
guy,
his name is
James Harden.
Sounds like
Do you have this issue? Do you go to a specific barber?
I don't. Sometimes I wish I did, because there has been like one or two times where I got a stylist that I really liked.
Yeah.
And I was like, took their card, but I didn't save it or remember it.
Right.
And then like usually when I am getting a haircut or something, I want it that day. It's like
Yeah.
the last straw. I've had 3 bad hair days in a row, and I'm like, this is happening now.
Right.
And I go, and if they're there, great. And if not, then
You don't plan ahead.
no.
But some people have their favorites.
Yeah, some people are like regimented, and they
Yeah, like every month I'm going to get my hair cut.
right, or I'm going to get a haircut next week, so I'll make an appointment now. I
Right.
wouldn't do that. But it doesn't seem like this is Elizabeth's problem to tell Alex that she, like, if there's tension between, like, it's not like Alex is his friend. He just went to her a couple times.
Yeah, but then it's like, it's weird. You go to the same lady for like 8 times, and then you just arrive, and you're just like, oh, hello. I'm actually here to see Elizabeth today. Well, it's like basically saying, oh, hi, I think Elizabeth is better than you.
Yeah, maybe so.
What's
guess-
wrong with the idea of going in on days that Alex isn't working? I guess he has to ask Elizabeth that.
Right, it's kind of weird to know what day Alex doesn't work.
But what a weird thing to like ask Elizabeth. It's like, hey, is Alex working this day?
Well, you could call Alex one time and you're like, "Hey, I need a haircut soon. What's your schedule?" And then you get her schedule and you just use that to avoid her.
God, how uncomfortable. Yeah, I'm free every day next week but Thursday. Oh, really? Thursday is sort of the only one I can do. Is Elizabeth around?
I also think you could just go in for your appointment with Elizabeth. If you see Alex, you say, "I didn't know you were working. I just made an appointment with Elizabeth. Next time." And then that's probably the only time you ever have to address it.
No, it'll happen again.
But like once you do it, and like once he comes back and they're there at the same time, it probably like she'll just get the hint. She'll get the idea. I don't think also. I don't know. Are they used to this, stylists? Like they get clients and lose clients, and especially at like a barbershop.
Right. Yeah. But I think it still stings nonetheless. And I feel like this guy's developed a relationship with Alex.
Sometimes you can talk to barbers about doing like private appointments,
Oh.
like outside of the barbershop, because at the barbershop they get a salary and they keep tips or something. But you could say like, "Hey, I'd rather just give you the $25 or whatever it costs."
So he just goes to Elizabeth and
Yeah.
says, "Hey, can you give me a
go
private
direct
lesson?"
to the source.
Yeah, and then you go to her place, and she lives with Alex. You idiot! Fuck! She's at home, and she's seeing this.
Alex
this,
is
this.
stalking you.
And it's like that Shaggy song. He caught me red-handed on the bathroom floor. Alex
even
gets
caught
home
me
later.
on camera.
Yeah, which should be more than enough evidence, I would think. Alex comes home later and like lifts up a hair. She's like, "Oh, did you cut someone's hair?" And Elizabeth's like, "I don't know, maybe. What are you talking about?" She's like, "This
belongs to James Harden.
I
I know this
does.
mop anywhere."
I can tell. He's been here." And then he's in the bathroom flushing the toilet. James walks out of the bathroom. He had no idea.
Oh shit! I'm trying to think what I would do in this situation. I guess if I
I would ask when Alex works and go on days that she doesn't.
I think I would just schedule with Elizabeth, and if I saw Alex, I would pray that she was cutting someone else's hair, because then she wouldn't really even notice.
Yeah. Would you?
I think that first example is correct. I think that's what you should do, but I just don't think I would do it.
Would you pray to God though? When you said you were
Did
praying?
I say pray to God?
No, you said you would pray.
I wouldn't pray to God.
Like, who would you pray to? Like, because you don't necessarily believe in God, right?
Yeah, I would just sort of like say to myself as you're walking, like, please don't let her.
Got it.
Yeah, you're sort of like,
Who are you talking to? Like,
I don't know.
just like the ether, the universe.
The universe, the world,
So,
yeah.
like, do you believe in this some sort of universal energy that can guide
Yeah, I
people?
believe that, like, if you put a hope and a dream out into the world,
yeah.
you can, like, sort of make it come to fruition.
Right. So it's not necessarily a religious aspect. It's just spiritualism in general.
Yeah.
So just the idea that something larger than us is there. You don't necessarily know what it is or isn't.
Right, a force. Sort of like you control your own destiny.
Right. So you're saying...
But by power of positive thinking.
Exactly. So when you're talking to yourself, you're not really talking to yourself. You're just sort of putting words out into the universe, and then
Yes,
much
so
like
you can realize them, so they can become
come
real.
true to
Yeah.
you, but not necessarily a prayer as known in the classical sense of, oh, dear God, this thing.
I'm
this
more
deity.
taking that word and making it my own.
Exactly.
To pray.
Which turns you into that sort of God type person. So, like, I will begin now praying to you. You would be my God.
I don't want.
You would be my deity.
Right.
You would
I
be
don't
my
want-
savior. You would be my Lord,
I don't-
as it were. So
Bow down to me. That feels right. Bow to me.
all right,
Me. Would you bow at me?
I'm bowing to you, sir.
No. Like a real. Come on.
I'll.
That's
There.
nice. Oh, that felt good.
All right.
Fuck me. Do it again.
I feel like you're just taking advantage of it now. Oh God,
Dearest God.
why are you so merciful? Why do you show me little mercy, God? All right, that's what we would do if we were you. Let's take a break and come back with another question or two. Hey, Jake, how does this sound for dinner? Barbecue roast pork with corn on the cob, potato salad, and quick pickles.
Sounds really delicious, but I'm not eating with you.
You don't have to eat with me. I'll make it for you and slide it under your door when you're still asleep. That way you can wake up and have it for breakfast.
Thanks, bud.
No, thanks, Blue Apron. You know what BlueApron.com does? They ship ingredients to you that are both healthy and efficient and allow you to make quick, delicious meals easily. For only $9.99 per meal, they'll send you the right ingredients in the exact right proportions with simple recipe instructions right to your door.
This shit is it's better for you, and it's actually faster than just ordering dinner, I've found.
That's right. And it's so foolproof that even you idiot, made dinner for
Easy
people
does it
last.
with
You
the-
made chicken tacos last
did,
week
and don't
with
you?
corn.
Yep.
And you're a dumbass. You're a troglodyte dumbass.
Poking my chest.
This caveman actually threw enough ingredients together. These instructions are so idiot-proof that Jake was able to figure it out and make a goddamn delicious-looking
it's actually,
meal.
this is really true, and I was very afraid because I don't know how to cook.
They send you a box, and it has all the ingredients and all the recipes, everything you need, and meals are just 500 to 700 calories per serving.
It's really nice. It teaches you how to cook.
Yeah, it's
like
a-
now I know how to cook chicken.
And step-by-step instructions with pictures, like we said before. It's idiot-proof. Last night I made the barbecue roast pork. Tonight we're probably going to make, Jake?
The sweet chili and basil chicken.
That's right. It's stuff you wouldn't necessarily think about preparing.
Right, because when you make your food on your own, you just sort of boil pasta and
Yeah.
toss turkey bacon into it. Actually, that sounds pretty good. Bad example, but usually I don't come up with good meals.
Yeah, usually I'm not sitting at home and be like, you know what, I would like barbecue roast pork with corn on the cob and potato salad. But
Exactly.
Blue Apron dumbs it down for you. So what can you do? If this sounds at all interesting to you, if you would like to turn your kitchen into a real place of worship, go to blueapron.com/ifiwereyou to get 2 meals for free. That's right, go to blueapron.com/ifiwereyou. They're going to give you a couple meals just for free, and then after that, it's only $9.99 per meal. Try it out. Test it out. Like I've said before, it's great for couples that are living together.
It's also great for roommates who are living together.
That's true. We make food together, and
Yeah.
it's just less. It's more fun than ordering like food. Food comes, and it's just kind of you start to get into that routine. Spice up your shit. Go to blueapron.com/ifiwereyou. we should say thank you as well to one of our other favorites, Credit Karma.
Yo, that's true. I do love Credit Karma.
You know, Credit Karma gives you the most important number in your life, and it's not your age, dude.
Yeah,
And
or
it's
your
not
social security number,
and it's
dude.
not your IQ, but it has a huge impact on your finances. There's the secret number out there called your credit score, and you don't know it until you check it. And Credit Karma is the easiest, simplest way to check it. There's no catch. They never ask you for your credit card number. Everything on their site is free. We actually had to use it when applying for a house that we live in. You'll have to know your credit score to take out any important piece of information, whether it be a loan application or a home application or a car rental application. Everybody needs to know your score.
Truth.
And it's a very important number. And right now you're at home and you're like, wait a minute, I don't know my credit score. But
Yeah.
you could. And it's not only easy, it's simple and it's free. And all you have to do is text "If I Were You," that's one word, IFIWEREYOU, to 89800. And that downloads the free Credit Karma app and you can get started.
And even if you don't feel like you need your credit score for anything coming up, like if you're not moving or if you're not applying for a home loan, it doesn't matter. You should still get it and you should still know it, because if you have bad credit, then you should know so you can start building good credit. And if you have good credit, then you should know that too, so you keep up your good habits.
And they give you tips as to how to improve your credit for when it does become important. You know what? Fuck all that. How about my credit score is 780?
Is it
Try
780?
to beat that, motherfuckers.
I should check what mine is actually.
That's right. That's the over-under. So check your credit, and if you can beat 780, send me your social security card and bank account information just to verify everything. No, don't actually do that. But do see if you have a credit score that's higher than that. I beg you. I defy you to have one that is more excellent than my excellent rating. Once again, to check your credit score easily, efficiently, beautifully, simply, text "If I Were You," all one word, to 89800. Again, it's one of those things that you can do that's helpful not only for you, but to our sponsors and thus to our show. Support us by supporting yourself. Thank you to Credit Karma for believing in us, for trusting us to get and mobilize our fans to check their credit.
And thank you, fans.
Yeah, for not making us look like assholes in front of fucking Credit Karma. Download the fucking app already, dude. That's "If I Were You" to 89800. Now, let's get back to the show. Oh, by the way, happy Rosh Hashanah to everybody out there listening. of
Shana
course.
Tova.
Yeah, Shana Tova and Metuka. Absolutely. Let's get back. So, where were we? Oh, right. You are my new Lord. I do bow to you. I do pray to you.
Do you worship me?
I worship you. And unlike gods of yore, I can actually see you and feel you, so you are more...
Are you my humble servant?
I do humbly live to serve you.
You serve me.
my
Will
Lord.
you do my bidding?
I will...
Will you do my bedding? My bed has been soiled,
I see that,
for I am a
Lord.
god,
Yeah.
and I have no need for bathrooms. I have pissed and shat in my bed.
Oh, God.
Oh, God is right.
Oh, Lord. You have indeed defecated
And if I am your
and
savior,
urinated on your sheet and
I
your,
have-
and your bath and
I
your,
have
your
moved
bedding.
my bowels
Yeah.
as I move in you,
You've
as I move your spirit.
You have.
And will you move my sheets to the laundry or perhaps the garbage?
Yes, yes, oh Lord, because I'm afraid that the amount of damage that's been done to your sheets, my Lord, by your
Yes.
bowels and by your excrement, by your urinate.
No.
I don't know if any amount of bleach or detergent could clean these soiled sheets, my
That's
liege.
enough about the sheets.
You've
Your
all-
God's starting to get a little insecure about it.
My God, your God is actually scared and a little bit shamed.
Like I can't control my shit right now.
Which actually isn't very godlike at all. We mentioned before, Toronto show coming up October 1st. We have another show October 2nd as part of the Just for Laughs Comedy Festival. And live podcast in Irvine. All them tickets and information available on our website, ifiwereyoushow.com. Have you ever been to Irvine?
I don't think so.
Let me tell you, shit's gonna get wild.
That's in the OC? Is it like a beach town?
It's like the OC meets Anaheim meets Fullerton.
I've been to Anaheim.
Yeah, Disneyland, right?
Angels game, actually.
Exactly right. So take
Not
what
exactly right.
That's right. Angels game, whatever. So, so take everything you knew about Anaheim and then say, oh, maybe let's push it a little bit closer to Fullerton.
Oh,
A little with a sprinkle of Laguna Beach.
Laguna. Love that. Love that.
And the city of Tustin. You put it all in a bowl, and
A
out
bowl.
comes this magical little town known as Irvine.
Is it near the beach?
It is not. Wipe out.
Very nice.
There are lots of streets, though, and I assure you, there is a mall.
Okay, so there's like a lot of towns.
And a chop stop if you're looking to get a salad pre-show.
Really? How do you know that?
I actually don't. I'm
Oh.
hoping there is some sort of chopped saladery, not necessarily a chop stop.
Yeah.
We're going to have fun. It's going to get wet and wild.
Yeah, it's going to be insane.
And it's going to be Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure you take Thursday off.
Because we come to play.
Unless you want to, you need to work on Thursday. Maybe tough it through Thursday, and you can ask
Right.
for Friday
Power
off.
through.
That way it's like a
Long
3-day
weekend.
A 3-day weekend.
Yeah, that's nice.
Although you don't want to take too much time off because summer has because it'll be October.
Right.
And
You got to
have
save your
Halloween coming
vacation
up.
days, save your personal days.
Because even if you
Don't
do
burn through
lose,
them.
you can get it.
Because they could roll over, and then you can take a nice long vacation,
Exactly
a
right.
nice long trip, maybe to Europe or something.
So this is so this is what you do. You come hang with us on Wednesday.
well, if you have
If you
work
have
on
time.
Thursday, I don't know if going out on Wednesday is a
smart idea.
no. I think stay in on Wednesday.
Stay in Wednesday.
Stay in
Go out-
Thursday.
okay, yeah.
No,
I
don't
was
go
gonna
out
say
on
go out
Thursday.
strong on
I was
Thursday.
thinking that too, but then it's like you
Then
don't want to be
Friday's all
hungover.
messed up.
Yeah. Well, actually, I think it's you go out Thursday, you're a little hungover at work, so the day sort of goes
Yeah.
by in a haze.
And then Friday night.
you rest up for
Rest up.
Saturday.
Yeah, rest up. That's
You
what I was
rest up
gonna
for
say.
Saturday. You rage face on Saturday. Then Sunday's all about football and chilling.
And recovery. Although I
Right.
am a little bit worried if you get one of those hangovers that last into Monday.
Yeah.
So
So
maybe-
maybe don't go out.
Friday's a home day, a home night.
Well,
should
I was
say.
saying if you want, you could reverse and not go out on Thursday. So you go strong on Friday, and then you're hungover Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
But real fresh by Monday. So one night instead of two.
I like that. Or if you want to just have a me weekend where you go out.
Yeah, if
and
you
get,
just drink tea on Friday.
tea on Friday
and have a
then
nice
on Saturday
meal.
you stay in,
Yeah.
watch a movie,
Right. And then on Sunday you exercise. Maybe there's some place you can
Yeah.
go kayaking.
get up early before, as people are still out from the night before. That
That's
way
nice.
it's like the city belongs to you for a
Yeah.
little bit.
If you come back home and you read a novel,
Yeah, that's good.
it's
That's
good to exercise your
good.
body and your mind.
Exactly right. So what am I doing? To recap,
Rolling your face off on Wednesday,
going crazy on Thursday,
going ham on Friday.
fucked up Fridays, silly Saturdays, church Sunday. All right, let's get to one last. Oh, you know what? We actually, before we get to the last question, we got an email about a guy that had a run-in with John Wolfe.
Oh,
Really?
it was a really interesting. It was something I didn't know for sure. I had suspected it because I've seen people exit bathrooms in sort of a sour mood, and
When
I'm like,
Global's
what?
in there.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck is he doing?
So I guess this is what he's doing.
It's come firsthand
Yeah.
from somebody who shared a bathroom with John Global Wolf.
So he writes, you know how you can see when people are using a public stall based on their feet under the door. I noticed Glocal John Wolfe enter a bathroom, but I could not see his feet after he went into the stall. Someone entered the bathroom and tried to open his locked stall, at which point Global yelled, "What the hell, dude?" It turns out John Wolfe enters bathroom stalls, and while sitting on the toilet, he lifts his legs high into the air and suspends them like a woman giving birth, just to confuse people entering the bathroom over whether the stall is occupied or not.
Why?
So
What does he get out of that?
he just likes people you push on the door and it's
Yeah.
there's a little bit of resistance, and then you're like, oh, maybe this is one of those pull doors, and then
Right.
you pull on the door.
And then he yells at
He
you.
yells at
so
you,
he's
so you feel bashful.
right, you feel bad.
He basically
And it's not
aims
good because
to-
it compounds with the fact that you probably have to use the bathroom. Pretty
right.
bad,
So then you
know?
want to leave or you're too embarrassed. He
Right.
likes to bashfulize. So he'll turn people into a bash.
But that's illegal.
It's not illegal.
It's
though.
not- oh,
yeah, that's what he does.
That's not illegal.
So all the stuff that he does is completely legal. He can't get quote unquote in legal trouble for any of this stuff.
Fuck him. He reeks. havoc on humanity.
It's not even havoc. I wish it were havoc.
Right, because then you could put a stop to it.
Yeah, it's a low level.
It's like a
hiss.
reign of quiet terror.
Yeah, like have you ever been in a quiet room and then you hear like a really high pitched audio and you're like, "What is that? Like,
Yeah.
why am I hearing this high pitched ringing?"
Yeah.
That's global. That is global.
Like that's
He is that energy.
He lives
is
and
that
breathes
noise.
among us.
Yeah, and he's a sound wave to you, an
he
ice
is
pick
that
to
he
your
is. He's a
brain.
gnat in your ear.
Yeah, he's an invisible little spider web that you feel when you're
He's
walking up
brain
the stair.
freeze. He's
Yeah.
a bead of sweat on your back on a hot day.
Let's get to one last question.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just in such a pissed off
No,
mood
I know,
from
and
local.
I am too.
Do you know he's selling something I said on Cafe Press?
Who? Oh, Glocal?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He put a quote of your not on Cafe Press, on TeePublic. I
Oh,
thought.
wait, T-Public? Whatever it is. I
yeah.
don't know what it's about, but
Yeah.
don't buy it.
He took one of your inspirational quotes and designed it into a poster. You tweeted about it. So if you go to twitter.com/Jake
I didn't retweet it.
Hurwitz,
He hacked my account.
He did that.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Totally legal.
Locally legal.
We need a girl's name.
Tess.
She loves it. Love the show, and I have a problem. My mom's a lawyer, but recently, due to the economy, she hasn't been getting as many cases. She applied for and was about to start a lecturing job so she could have a steady income until today when she made the realization that she wants to be a spiritual healer after watching a YouTube tutorial on it. Now she wants to invest in some woman's healing kit and start a practice in our house. She said that she would start part-time, but was sure it would overtake her law. I don't really believe in that kind of stuff, but she claims that it really works, though she has an impressionable mind, and she did join a cult that had her praying in tongues and frequently creepy nighttime prayer sessions. I know this is selfish, but I don't think we can go from living on lawyer money to whatever a healer makes. My question is, should I tell her that I think this is a bad idea, and if so, how? Am I allowed to tell my mom not to do things? Love, Tess.
Oh, that is tough.
P.S. She's no longer in a cult.
That's good. All right.
Am I allowed to tell my mom to do things? I think you're allowed to tell your mom. I don't think she'll listen to you.
You're allowed to have an opinion.
You're allowed to have an opinion, but I can't imagine raising a child into a teenager and then hearing what it has to say with any sense of validity. It's like, yeah, I know you think that. I breastfed you and raised you as a smarmy-ass
Well, do you think it's a good idea for this lady to become a spiritual healer?
I guess I don't necessarily think that it's bad to change career paths because she's not necessarily a successful lawyer, so it's like whatever will make you happy. If anything, she should be like on the fence about becoming a spiritual healer, and her daughter's like, you got to do what makes you happy. Don't worry, I'll make do. Also,
That's
what
true.
kind of case do you have where you're like, Mom, I'm sorry, but the lifestyle I lead, I need that lawyer money. So it's you're just asking someone else to make more money for you.
Yeah, I guess that's really true.
So you can't really tell someone that is you're dependent on to change their source of income for you.
Yeah, but I feel like that's true. But part of me is like, this girl is looking out for her mom a little bit. She's like, hey, is this another thing that you're getting swept up in, like the cult? Are you sure this isn't a better hobby and there's not a better career?
Yeah. What you can do is be one opinion of hopefully many, because I feel like once you have your heart set on something, it takes like a few to counteract it.
Right.
It won't just come from one.
But I think there's never a real benefit to like telling someone they shouldn't do something. I think what you can do is give your mom more and more information so she can make a better informed decision. You know, like maybe share with her some research about spiritual healers' salaries.
Yeah.
Or like,
And be like, do you think you can afford to do this if you're only doing this X, Y, and Z types of cash?
maybe if you dive into it with her, then you can defeat it from the inside rather than start trying to chip away at it from the out.
Yeah, but I also think that it much like any, like you said, chipping away, it's not going to come from just one person. I think a bunch of people are going to have to sow seeds of doubt, and then hopefully they blossom into beautiful trees of self-destruction, and eventually tear your mother out of this this spiritual nonsense that she wants to get into.
Maybe there's money in it. Who knows?
Yeah, there's a lot of money in spiritual healing. And it sounds like this law thing isn't going too well for her either. So there is a chance. What if both things were equal? Would you still be down with a spiritual healer?
Right, 'cause if
you
you
got to
just-
ask yourself that. Is this just a money thing for you?
True. Or is it just like, I don't believe in spiritual healing, so I don't want my mom to do it.
Yeah.
And she was in a cult one time, so
Yeah.
she lost a lot of cred.
I remember the cult mother. Don't think I forgot about the cult and the tongues mother. I do remember about the tongues. I do remember about the cult. Why don't you stick to the law thing? Because I got a car that I want to buy.
Mommy.
It also depends on how old this lady is.
He's like bragging about the lawyer money, but she also is not making enough to sustain herself.
Right. So then what now?
I like that lawyer, ching ching. Yeah, baby. My mom is needing a new job. The lawyer money has dried up.
That well has dried. So I do need more cash. I'm afraid it won't come.
$500 an hour, baby, but she ain't getting billed. She ain't getting paid.
$500 an hour times 0 hours this week comes out to a grand hefty sum of
I can't buy a car.
So I suggest to sow a seed of doubt. Make your opinion known. You can tell your mommy what you think, but I don't think you convince your mommy to change her mind.
Yeah, and I suggest acquiring as much information as you can about becoming a spiritual healer.
That's
and then
it.
you guys can make a truly informed decision that everyone can feel good about.
That's your advice for everything. You always
Acquire
want
more
people
information.
about becoming a spiritual healer.
I often tell
specifically.
people to become a spiritual healer.
Yeah, what does that mean to become a spiritual healer?
I don't know. I have I know people that do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, like that Eastern shit, that Eastern medicine shit.
Uh-huh.
I bet there's varying degrees of spiritual healism too.
Yeah.
Like some will actually give you stuff to do, and then some will just like burn incense around you and say
Right.
you'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind I want to be. I want to just sort of make a pleasant smoke around a human and say that they'll be fine.
That's nice.
And I'd like to take cash from
I
them
think
for
that's
that.
Reiki.
What's that?
Reiki.
What is Reiki?
So I don't know. My sister used to do it. It's sort of just like I'm
chakras.
gonna butcher it.
Yeah,
She would just like
energies.
place her hands near your
Yeah.
body and be like and sending energy and stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes it worked.
There you go. Hey, how do you argue with that? Sometimes it worked. That's what it says on the brochure. Hey, I went to her. Sometimes it worked. Cool. Thank you for writing in. If you have your own questions, your own theme songs, your own Facebook thumbnail submissions, we highly recommend reaching out to us, iwereyoushow@gmail.com. The opening theme song was written by Jonathan Gould. This closing one was written by Luke Smith. We'll be back next week. I promise it will be less hot in here. We won't sound as sweaty. We won't sound as tired. We won't sound as miserable. We won't sound as hot.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to it.
Can't wait.
See you guys soon. Bye.
Voice your displeasure, but don't try to let it alter. Yeah, say something like, I don't agree with it, but that's your choice. Yeah. If you really want her to know, which it doesn't really matter because what's the hope that he wants to be? Yeah, we're chicken bear. You might only hope. He probably does. In doing so, please make her change and not smoke weed.
If I were you, I would not know what to do. If I were you, I would not know what to do. So please help me, take care of me, I need you. Yes, please, take care of the mirror. I need you. If I were you.
That was a headgum podcast.